guys, this time I'm reviewing Rebecca by Daphne Du Maurier. This is a classic gothic romance, and it focuses on the second Mrs. De Winter and her husband Maxim, and the shadow that his first wife Rebecca casts on everybody. So we start off with the future Mrs. De Winter, and she has no first name or maiden name, she's just Mrs. De Winter in here. And she's narrating, so a lot of I, which is kind of distancing and not fabulous. But she meets Maxim in Monte Carlo, and they don't have this passionate, crazy about you romance, but they do generally seem to like each other, and they get married rather quickly. And when she returns to Manderly, it's been about a year since his previous wife, Rebecca, has died, and Rebecca's presence is just felt everywhere. Everybody compares the two of them, and the narrator is constantly comparing herself to Rebecca, and it's really not great. So on one hand, I really like the way this is written and the prose and everything. I am not such a huge fan of the narrator as character, though. Sometimes I feel sympathetic to her and bad for her because people don't really give her a shot. And then sometimes I'm screaming at her because she should stand up for herself. And she's the mistress of the house, and she should demand that they pay her attention and stuff. She's really a pushover. Maxim, her husband, is very distant. He's not a bad guy, but he's not overly helpful. He's not really helping her adjust to this new life that is so completely different for her. She's not used to being in a big house, and definitely not used to being the mistress of it. So, and then we have Mrs. Danvers, the housekeeper, who really doesn't like the second Mrs. De Winter. She thought Rebecca was perfect and loved Rebecca so much, and just really makes the narrator's life awful, and is constantly seems to be setting her up for failure. I really hate Mrs. Danvers. Also in here we have Frank, who is Maxim's like second in charge of Manderly, who works for him and just helps him run the estate. And he is so nice to Mrs. De Winter and like helping her adjust and trying to be a friend. But I love him so much. And then we have Maxim's sister Beatrice and her husband Giles, and they are just so over the top. Like, they are perfectly content about, like, they just talk about everything and just fill you in with all the gossip. And I get why Mrs. De Winter feels a little bit intimidated by them because they're such big personalities, but they're also just so much fun to watch. I like them. Yeah. This book, I thought it was going to be like a ghost story, like there was going to be a ghost haunting the house. And it isn't so much about the ghost as it is just how present Rebecca is in everything, how everybody is comparing them to them, how much she dealt with everything, like all the decor in the house, Rebecca chose it, and how good Rebecca was at entertaining. So just how much all the servants loved Rebecca, and all the townspeople love Rebecca, and just yeah, she is just felt everywhere, even though she's dead when the book starts off. I really liked. I liked seeing what happened. It's pretty suspenseful, and there's definitely this mystery about what happened to Rebecca and how she died, and what's going on at the house. So I like that. It was fun. I read half of it in a week in October, right before Halloween. And then I made the mistake of watching the movie when I hadn't finished it. And then once I knew the ending, I wasn't quite as like, I need to finish it at that point. So yeah, I liked this book. I'm not a huge fan of the two main characters, which kind of leaves me a little less than thinking it's perfect. But it does work as far as like the slow mystery part of it unfolding to like keep those two kind of distant. So I definitely recommend this book. I really, really loved the Hitchcock movie with Laurence Olivier. So check out the movie also. Yeah. Peace out. I love you guys and keep reading. Bye.